Shadow work. Oh, I just burnt that shit off. I am your hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, light worker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, and messenger of God. Oh yeah, yogi and guru. I keep forgetting to add those. It'll take a little time. Repetition, repetition. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to light this, but I don't want to light. Why don't you want to light?
You light up my world.
You light up my world. We're back at round 2. You're like, oh my god, you're back to do more? I know, right? But actually, that one, as ugly and painful as it was, as they always are. See, it just is struggling to light. This will light faster than that will. We have more work to do. I had pulled out more cards. There was more to be done. That one was just kind of a heavy speed bump. And then after it all closed off, it closed off quite quickly. And I'm looking, I get a little bit of energy, and I'm looking up. And I'm looking that there's still more cards out. And I'm like, my spirit's like, can you take any more? I was like, I can take it. Let's get back to work. In the sense of healing. Going back to addicted to pain. Addicted to healing. I shared in my community page what had happened in that video. And I'll take a brief run through it. So I'm sitting here and I'm reading the card and it says addicted to evil. And I'm like, I don't know what that means. And I keep saying that to my mind. I don't know what this means. What is evil? So my mind is trying to project evil at me. What it believes is evil. Right? And I keep saying, no, that's not evil. That's not evil. And it keeps, so then it starts digging in my own memories. Right? So we start talking about rape and abuse and all this stuff. And I'm like, no, that's not evil. And then it puts me in my skin. It's like, what about this time? Was this evil? How did this feel? Right? Is what happened in that video. And I felt it. But I told my mind, no, that's not evil. And then it was a little bit of a battle, but that was the alchemical process of healing. It's where you go back to something that you have deemed bad, a shadow. You don't want to talk about this. You never want to remember it. You never want to feel that way. And you go back and you talk about it and you remember it and you feel it and you change how you remember it, how you think about it, and how you feel about it. But you have to go back to the original programming of what happened to change how you look at it. You can't force those things to happen. That's God's grace. He will give you mercy to, protect you from your own pain until you are strong enough to deal with it. And, right there, the first card was Uranus. Something's about to change. Get ready for an immediate shakeup. Okay, I thought it was like, a week from now, later tonight, maybe tomorrow. Not this minute. Okay. Ready or not, here it is. So it happened real fast. Then right after, non-coincidentally, my text line is open to Marshall. How funny. Do you know my twin flame? Eminem. So as I'm sitting here refacing these memories and these pains and I'm transmuting them, what am I doing for me and my twin flame? I'm taking our pain and I'm showing him how to transmute our pain. I have to take us back to our pain. Was it him that started it? No, it was a fucking weird ass card. That's it. It's like your connections are based on, what is it that keeps us together? These are my karmic past life lovers. They're my karma. What keeps us is karma. Pain and suffering keeps us bound to each other. Right? It's only in our pain and suffering are we the same. Have we suffered the same? And that goes back to, as Lilith, I can see you in me as God's child because I too have endured this pain and suffering. And that's it too, is you can recognize the goddess in you because of our pain and suffering. I am the goddess of darkness, of pain and suffering, the goddess of hell. So in this instance, although I'm taking on my memories and my pain at this moment, I'm taking them on collectively for anybody that's ever felt this way or went through this, their parents. But it's specifically my twin flame, who is currently facing these things in his own dark shadows. Right? And I discover that when all of a sudden my line to him is open. It's like, this is where we connect, is in our pain and suffering. I'm in a dark place, and now I can connect to you. This is our dark place together. We connect where we resonate. Now that's what a karmic relationship is. You guys met you met in a hopeless place. And you're supposed to rise together, supposedly. You're supposed to elevate together, heal together, grow together. But that's not what happens. You stay down. And that's what I keep telling you. You guys were at that place with these women. You cannot bring them. You can only, and that's it. I can't bring Marshall to my level of understanding and peace and compassion and love and respect for who our mothers were. But I can show him how I do it, and that can start the flame inside of him to start seeing it, because now he sees how I did it. And that's, you know what I mean? That's the evolution of being the shepherd, the wayfinder. I've got to find a way through this, not just for me, but for everybody else. I've shown you. I showed you what it looks like. And that's what I do, is I show you that I know what it feels like and what it looks like. And I show you how to transmute those feelings and those memories into understanding and compassion for whatever happened. And we went through a lot of them in just one video. I went through both of my parents. I went through, you know what I mean, my husband. I went through rape. I went through a lot of shit right there. It's like my brain kept trying to tell me all these things were evil that had happened to me. And one by one, I had to feel the terror of why it thought it was evil. I had to feel the pain that came with that thought. But I had to tell it something different so that I could feel different about it. But nevertheless, I had to feel it. And that's what I teach you. And going back to it, it's like, this is what we do. And you don't get to my level without doing this all the time, whenever it calls. Again, I didn't see it coming. I was in the beginning of that story, I was just telling a story of another lady. And all of a sudden, I'm walking my steps through another lady, as if this lady was just having a bad day at work, and then she comes home to take it out on her kids. But when that voice came out of my mouth, it was my mother's voice, and I saw myself being screamed at. And that's where I was back in my childhood. So right away, I had compassion, but then it went into a memory. That was, you know what I mean? It triggered a memory. And that's what it is. It's like, our outside world triggers us into our subconscious wounds. And then that goes back to the addictive person, the addictive. What do we do? What do you do to cope when you can't cope with your feelings? Do you just give in to them? And that's what we're talking about is, some of them you were not supposed to just be holding back. But if you hold them back, then you end up, becoming a deviant in those feelings. What happened to Ted Bundy and what happened to, what's his fucking name? What's the fucking person eater with the funny glasses? Dahmer. And most of them, I'm saying all of them, you told them that there was something wrong with them because they were gay. You told them they were monsters, and then they started studying what kind of monsters they were and became more of those monsters. You know what I mean? You told them there was something wrong with them, so then something became wrong with them. You know what I mean? And that happened to, I guess, Kanye. You could look at all of them. You could look at Marshall. You told him something was wrong with him, and then something really happened to him. Your words were all powerful against this person. In essence, but, we can look at them, and that's why we study them. What made them do these things? Were they an evil person, or did they have a warped mind? And that's what I teach you, is the reprogramming of the mind. I don't look like what I've been through. But when I started telling people that I was crazy, and then I started telling my stories, they understood that, yeah, she's fucking crazy. And their stories are crazy. And when I tell you them, the first time you're hearing them, and most of them, it's the first time I'm seeing this as well. It's my first time too. I'm just seeing a memory I never saw before, or I had long forgotten, that was hidden somewhere in my subconscious. And we do it on purpose. Because why? Because those things, the way that I feel and think about what has happened to me, is going to hold me back from being, free in this life. We're scarred by our experiences, and we don't even know how deep the scar is. until it starts oozing out and it's infecting every part of our life. And so, I am a spiritual healer, and I do it spiritually. I don't do it, you know what I mean? I don't do it through science. I didn't learn it. I mean, I know a little bit of that shit, but I do it through your heart, through your spirit, through God. I find a way to, you know what I mean, to save you from your own thoughts and your own feelings. And not just you, but myself. And I don't know if you listened. I could hear it, but I was too deep in it. I could hear my daughter crying as I was speaking in that video, meaning it was hurting her. And if it was hurting her, it was healing her. You know what I mean? Just being in the room, hearing that. The last video I just did?
No, which child?
I don't know. Anyways, going on. Moving on. They're always listening. So anyways, it's like, I know that it works because it triggers you. And, so anyways, going back to Twin Flame. Right away, I was like, oh, it was you. We need to heal this. That's all I said to him. We need to heal this. Hey, there's your little buddies. I was like, we need to heal this. Let's just do it. You've seen me do it. Let's do it. So then I'm curled over just having a really hard day. I made a promise to give another person a ride, so I had to pull myself. I was literally, my face on the, right here on the thing after the video, and I was just crying for about 10 minutes. And then I forgot I told someone I was going to give them a ride, so I lifted my head up and I was like, are you ready? And they're like, I'm ready. I was like, I'll be downstairs. So anyways, I had all of this not fully pulled away, and that's why I was like, all right, what are you going to do with your life? I got back. I was like, what are you going to do? Can you take more? I'm like, I could take more. But anyways, before I took off, or before I kind of left out, or I gave him a ride, came back, was feeling it, and went all in a bad place. And then I was like, they gave me fucking Wolfman in his Sagittarius video. I was like, oh yeah, let's just throw some fucking salt on the wound. So I'm listening to his bullshit, and all I heard was, this is the type of person that wants to be a grandparent with you. I was like, damn.
I ain't having no children.
That's the slickest shit I've ever heard. And then I thought of Marshall. I was like, that's like the only line I've not said to you, Marshall Mathers. It's like, maybe this will work. I thought it was too funny. It was just too funny, dude. It was too funny. I was dying. I giggled in his fucking DMs for like 3 minutes before I could get the words out of my mouth. I told you, I can't control it. And I was like, maybe that should be my new pickup line. I want to be a grandparent with you. How does that make you feel? Are you uncomfortable with that? I want to make you my baby daddy. What about I want to make you a grandfather with me? Because realistically, he's already about to be a grandfather. So it was kind of a cool thing. It was just this really great icebreaker. And I laughed for like 5 minutes. And then I was just feeling better. I tried out some music, and then the cards were looking at me, and it's like, could you take more? I was like, sure, why not? Let's just go digging for more trouble. Let's go suck up some more pain and suffering and make everything all right again. And that's what we do. It's not easy. It's not something fun. Nobody wants to do this type of work. But it's, again, I don't have a choice. But at the same time, it's like, that is the grace. It's like, where did that come from? Again, my brain doesn't have nothing until it has something. And if it has something, we got to get that out of there. Where the fuck did this come from? It's not dark and silent like I like it. Ultimately, at least I know when it comes and it's on a schedule. Ooh. Okay, so I was guided. Sorry, they just flipped out in my face, the grove of laminations. I was guided to take our Dante cards and shuffle them. Why? Because they fell out already. Like, I guess it's time to shuffle them. So we're not on a strategic track to hell. We're all over the place. Again, that's what I said about my other cards. I was like, or maybe these were them. I was like, we're in all different places of hell. We can roam through hell freely. We don't have to take the ferryman's ride through it. If I get that card, I'm going to laugh. Here's the card. That's the card. The Mystifying Architect, number 32. Where are you at, bro? What are you doing? Building destruction? Is that our president? Alright, I went to Tears of Hell on number 35. That was me. 32, Mystifying Architect. Alright, the lower layer of hell is a frozen wasteland, rigid. I know, it is so cold outside. Bro, it happens so fast. It is so cold, like it's cutting through my pants. I'm going to have to start going through other pants or putting on more pants. It's cold. Hell is a frozen, wasted ridge about with giants. One cries out in gibberish as Virgil identifies him as the Nimrod and the builder of the Tower of Babel. Divination on page 42. 32? 42? Wow, okay. Divination. For an extreme hubris of attempting to create a tower reaching up to the heavens, its builders were cursed to speak in many different tongues, unable to comprehend one another.
It's freezing out there.
I told you it's freezing. Oh, put some socks and some shoes and some boots.
Much work.
Bro, you're gonna want your toes in the future, bro.
My toes
Didn't
already-
you see hypothermia and frostbite?
2 times version.
Okay. Okay. And I got all those new socks. Look, they're brand new and fluffy ones. There's all different colors. Right? God prepared us for it yesterday. You want to wear my hijab?
I ain't doing that.
Why not? You can't pull it off? Get out of my face.
You wish.
I can. I'm a sexy. Alright. Anyways, they can't even understand each other, unable to comprehend one another. This card therefore suggests that there is an element of confusion or misjudgment at hand. What may feel like a tension or conflict is an opportunity for deeper understanding and more open communication. Ew, it's you again. I don't want to talk to you. I don't even... Ow, did you hear my neck crack? I said I was ready. Like you said he was ready. Oh, God. Who'd I see? Aries. He's like, I'm single. I'm super single. I'm single. Be single and go mingle, bro. Go fucking jingle dangle, dude. Fucking dangle your fucking dingle dangle all over you, dingleberry. I don't give a shit about your singlehood. I've been single for most of my life. I don't care. Congratulations. Let's see how long you can handle being alone with yourself. You masturbator. Seriously, come on. Am I projecting? I don't know.
I have it in the shoes with the socks on.
Where are my boots? Those boots was made for walking. They're super comfortable.
Okay.
Okay, wear another pair of boots. I got like tons of them over there. There's some white ones. There's some black ones. Hey, those fuzzy black ones. There's some really colorful ones over there. I'm going to wear those to work. There's all kinds of boots over there. I have some tennis shoes too if you want to wear. Oh, yeah, wear those too. That's what I said. I got all kinds of shit. Wear some shit. Going back to it, fucking confusion. That's what he said. There's an element of confusion. There's no confusion. I'm not confused about nothing. I don't like your fucking skin and what it's doing with your life. I don't like what you're doing with your life. I don't want to be your wife. And let's just make this very clear. I'm not like, I'm okay with these guys that have to go and, you know, they're really getting me. Fuck off. Okay. Okay. Dang. Kobe in the spot, bro. I know this is Kobe. I know when there's a fire going. I can smell the smoke. Shut the fuck up, smoke signals and ass. Meaning, okay, I was like, I could deal with them going to fucking stages and then they show me underwears and bras and fucking blowjobs and all this shit, right? And they're like, but you can't deal with him. That's what I mean. It's like, you have a certain level of tolerance you'll take to each person. And they're trying to teach me to take it outside of the people that I'm comfortable of taking it. I'm not comfortable with your bullshit. And therefore, you're on some bullshit. And this has anything to do with you? No, I'm not confused. I know what they want of me. And that's what I said. Maybe I did pay attention to your video subconsciously. I wasn't consciously caring what the fuck you're talking about. Hold on a second. Go back to what... This card therefore suggests that there's an element of confusion or misjudgment at hand. What may feel like a tension or conflict is an opportunity for deeper understanding and more open communication. I don't even want to talk to you. I never really did. I don't even think... Alright, you don't understand. Oh, God. How did I get myself into this? I didn't. Did I? Did I do this? They're like, you manifested this whole thing. That's what I mean. Be careful what you wish for. How much did I wish? What was I wishing? What the fuck? Can I take it back? What are we doing? Why is this guy... They're like, you wished for a soulmate to get you out of the twin flame journey. You're not helping, bro. This is not helping. I mean, I guess inevitably you're making me see it in a whole different light. That's not helpful, though. Because you're just adding more work to my load. Oh, you're over there blowing loads. You're getting on my nerves. The fact is, I don't mind doing all this, but if I have to do all this and then I still end up with this, which is you, then I'm really pissed off about this. That's what I mean. I don't mind doing the work. But if this is the booty I get after it, I feel like it's bootylicious, bro. I feel like I got fucking raped. You mean after all this work, I don't get Allie, Russ, Lewis, Bobby, or Marshall? Not never? I gotta take this guy, and all his problems that I don't even know exist? Sure, why not? By the time he comes around, you'll be ready to heal him fully. You can love him fully. This guy? I just lost control of my head and fell over. Can't hold my head up. I wasn't... That's what I mean. You'd be like, damn, bro. What you guys think? You think he's worth the fucking battle of this bullshit? It doesn't stop me in my healing with my twin flames. It doesn't stop that contract. It gives me an out of the contract. Meaning I still get to fucking... I don't know what that means. It just sounds like more work if you ask me. That's pretty much what that means. You want to go to a retreat on the weekend? Make sure to take all your shit with you. What the fuck is it a retreat if I still got to do all my work? We're not retreating shit. You're just putting me on work in a different location with this guy. Who is this guy? He's going to Guatemala. I don't care. He doesn't know anything about the spirit. What, I'm going to rip the spirit out of him that he's touching my land? So what? It's annoying. He masturbates to clean his chakras. I'm talking to a priestess. I'm tired of this. I'm annoyed. Go away. Go away. Trade your assumptions and accusations for questions and clarity can be achieved. In the same vein, be ready to step back, clear your thoughts, and explain your own position. With transparency, creation can begin. I mean, maybe this is my fault because I was kind of attracted to you. I could see that I might have been very misleading, and that I'm always looking for the one, and I told you you're not that one in the very first message, and you got offended, and now you want to like prove that you're that one, which is exactly what I'm facing with Russ, because I did this to him, and this is where it all started, and there was no reason to do this to him, so now I'm replaying it with you, and I'd rather just go play the game with him, but he's over there playing games with himself. So I keep bringing you in because these guys don't want to do their part, so somebody has to push these parts. And you're pushing my nerves. It's not really you. They're just using you. You don't understand how the gods work, so you don't really know how they're working in your life. I just know how they're working in your life to work in mine. That's what I was like, fucking Marshall, this is your darkness. I mean, don't get me wrong. I had my own. I'll take my part. Can you pick up yours? Because I'm not taking all this. This is your childhood too, bitch. Why are we doing this? Oh, that's right, because your mom died. And you're facing this all by yourself in some lonely corner. So now, here I come to save the day. Okay, fine. I'll take it. Come on. What else? What are we facing in the... And then that goes back to my hips. I know it was you, Lewis. Fucking weenie ass. You're too old to be doing that to your hips. How bad are you going to be at sex when you finally get to it? You better practice. That was a good one. Not without me. Just kidding. It's having too much fun. Like I thought you hated him. Only a little. I hate everyone a lot, but I really love you. It's not something your little walnut-shaped mind can fully understand. Do you know what a yin-yang is? It's a full balance of dark and light. I fully hate you. And I fully love you that much. No more, no less. I don't hate you any more than I love you. But I don't fucking love you any more than I hate you. Can you tip the scale? Apparently not. I mean, I get real irritated, but as much as you irritate me, I don't hate you anymore. That's Russ. How much more can you hate me? I don't know. I pretty much hate you. How much more do you want me to hate you? How much more? And that was God. How much more do you want me to love him? That's what I tell you. I can't love you anymore. I mean, I could, love your body, I suppose, or something. How much love? How much more do you want? What kind of love is this? Going into it, I don't know. In the same vein, be ready to step back, clear your thoughts, and explain your own position with transparency. Oh, yeah, going back to it. I saw you as an opportunity. Oh, opportunist. I have lots of gloves. Where are they all?
Do you have any child-sized gloves?
There's some good ones in that bag that have your fingers open, or you want your fingers closed?
My fingers are the ones that are cold. These are just arm ones.
Okay, so then all of my gloves are in another bag that's... Fuck, this bag. They're in this bag, the green one. There's hats and gloves in that one.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
It's cold out there, dude.
I want everyone to just help me fucking build this church. And then I guess my, like, you know... I don't know. I keep getting in my own way. That's why I said, did I do this by trying to be attracted to you or some shit? I thought it made it clear. I just wanted you to be part of the... I guess I was not very clear at all. That's what I'm saying. It's like, no, you were all over the place. Yeah, my fault. Okay, confusion. Let's just go back. I thought you were a spiritual kind of, you know, person, and you could add to spirituality on my end. And I could add to spirituality on your end because it appeared that you were seeking a higher understanding of spirituality. And you had some knowledge or wisdom that I hadn't already got to in my books, I guess. Maybe you don't at all, and you were just going to be a student. I saw it as an opportunity. And that's what it was presented, and now we're presented with all this bullshit. And I'm just like, I don't need an extra man to deal with. Like, in the sense of, I'm not dealing with any men until I have to deal with them. And every time I got to deal with someone, then there's you. Like, where did you come from? I have enough to deal with. What do you mean? I mean, I have to transmute the pain. And someone like you runs from pain. Nobody wants to do this type of work. Nobody wants to feel the pain and suffering of the world and show them and make it better by showing them a better way to see and feel about it. Nobody wants to do that, but you have to really get real dirty doing it. And that's the stuff that it takes to heal. And so I'm like always thinking that somebody wants to heal with me and heal others. And that's kind of pisses me off. I don't know. You didn't go too far. They might have if you took it outside.
I have it outside, but I don't know where you left it at.
Call it. CJ, call her phone. I am not doing this right
Call it.
now, please, and thank you. So anyways, going back to this, Nimrod. What feels like a tension or a conflict is an opportunity for deeper understanding and more open communication. I don't think you understand me, and that's okay. I can make understanding about every one of you humans and what you're doing because God helps me understand. But as far as you understanding me, you have this limited consciousness, so I don't expect you to understand me, and I never asked anybody to understand. I just asked you to be, you know, I guess I asked for too much now looking back. Whatever, I don't care. I mean, I do and I don't. It's like, well, you know, I'm always hoping somebody out there is fucking healing. The rest of you are just watching it for, you know, punchlines. I don't know. I really don't know what the fuck you're doing with the stuff you get from me. But if it's not for healing and it's not doing anything good, let's keep going. I have a Kali card which should sum up pretty much what I've just been through. Always does. We're going in order with the Kali cards. That's really pretty. Wait a minute. Yaga Shakiti. It's really powerful. You see all the colors? It's very powerful. Let's see. Number 13. Of course, I seen that. And the lotto was 333113. I saw that when I was driving down the highway. The lotto was 331113. Hey, I got a $2 bill today. When's the last time you saw one of those? I know, right? They gave me one. I was like, oh, I should save that. Or I should use that to buy a lucky ticket. Right? What do you think? Doesn't matter. It's a roll of the dice. On page 90 and 91. Her timing is fierce with compassion and wisdom. Her love is to honor her greater knowing. She demands the surrender of our futile attempts to control that which is beyond our sphere of understanding until the pain transforms into sweet pleasure of release. Well, isn't that quite lovely, you bitch ass? That's me too. You're like, damn, you're not at work? No, I can't. I mean, I thought I could. I got a little bit of energy, and I was like, all right, get up and get in the car and go drive. And as soon as I did, I looked at my cards. And they're like, can you take more? I'm like, but what about everything? Do you trust that everything will work itself out? And that's where I turn to the kids. Guys, God is pushing me. I got to do 20 rides, and it's going to be 2 days. I do have, for some reason, I feel like today's Saturday, so I feel like I've lost all of Saturday. But if they call me for a 12-hour shift tonight, when will I sleep? And that's it, too. It's like, God can do great things, but it's like, ooh. And that's it. Right now, he's calling me just to face pain and transform it, and that's what I do best. That's all he wants me to do is sit here and take some more in and transform it and teach people. This is what he really created me to do. Yeah, I'm a great driver, a Lyft driver, but there's a snowstorm. It starts at 5 o'clock, which is the 5 o'clock traffic jam, right? He's trying to protect me from a lot of things. And that's what I was trying to tell the kids. It's like, so I put on this extra insurance. They trick you, bro. They put on this extra insurance. It's $112 a week, but it's full coverage. That way you don't have to pay the deductible if anything happens, right? So it's $100 a week. Now what's the deductible? $1,000. I've been paying this for over 8 weeks. I've almost paid the whole deductible. And every week, so that's why my payments are so expensive. My weekly payments are fucking $433 because I added all this extra shit. So then I go in there to do the recontract, and I was like, I want to take that off. They're like, if you take that off, then you'll have to pay the deductible before we put you in another car. Meaning, if somebody else crashes into you, we'll go figure. Right now, all the snow's about to hit at the traffic jam, and God says, after I just took off this extra insurance, he said, don't you fucking drive. I think he's looking out for me. You know what I mean? But at the same time, can I do 20 rides within 48 hours? Yeah, these taxi driver, Lyft drivers do it. And there's a lot going on. And there will be. People won't drive in the snow and shit. The stock show's going on. People will go to shows. There's probably a game tonight. I'm wearing my Nuggets, so maybe they're playing. I don't know. I never know what's really going on until I open up the world and see what's going on out there. So there's lots that can be done. But at the same time, it's like they want me in my pain. It's Friday then. That's what they wanted me to face. It's like, you need to go face your pains and sufferings. You need to go do your work. And it's what I do. And it's like, fuck, we just recovered. I know, bro. That's just how it works. But look at who I am versus who you are. Yeah, bro, I don't have the most magical outside world, but it is magical. You must understand. All of my needs are taken care of all the time when all I do is work on this. I minimally work according to God. He makes me do minimal work out in the real world so he can provide. We have everything that we need under the fact that I just keep doing what he says. That's all I got to do is do what he says, and all of our needs are always met. It's not like I'm buying him. I'm not buying my way into heaven. Don't think that you could please God by offerings and by sacraments and by sacrifices. I'm honoring him by honoring myself and putting myself first and my healing, which is ultimately always trying to find a way to make myself a better person when I step out the door. Because all these things, dude, are things that make me not so great to people. That can be triggered at any time, that can be brought up and can make me evil, what you describe as evil. These things, if I haven't worked through them, if all of these memories and situations had come out on me, I'd be in a mental hospital, dude, and that's why I was so disturbed. I had multiple personality disorder. My brain had snapped from so much pain and suffering over the years that it created other consciousness to hold the memories and the situations, meaning it couldn't take it anymore. So it created another part of the brain to run to until there was no other places. It was filled with nothing but pain and suffering. And that's what I woke up in. They would just run around in circles, these consciousness, these little, you know what I mean? And so when it all silenced, and not all of them were screaming at the same time, now little by little they come out, the pains and sufferings of what had happened. Science, you know what I mean? In the essence, the mercy is that my brain protected me from the memories, but it also, that's where the sickness was. The sickness is not the sickness is the cure to the sickness. What was the sickness? My life. So going back to your mental health issues, your brain is trying to protect you. But right now, like me, Your heart is trying to get into that and trying to heal it, and your brain doesn't want to feel it. It doesn't want to show you what's going to hurt you. And that was the very beginning with Bobby. The first one of those that ever happened to me. I watched a video, and I sat down in my room, and I closed my eyes, and I started focusing on my heart. Why is my heart racing? Why do I feel like I'm going to have a heart attack? What is this breathing? What's going on? And I start focusing on it. And I'm focusing on my breathing, and I'm sitting just like I am, with my feet, they call it meditation. It's just my legs crossed. I'm sitting on my floor in my bedroom. My eyes are closed, and I see this memory. All I can see. Now, it started with a pain. This is what you have to understand, but I didn't understand it. This is how this whole story starts. I see a memory. I'm at work at the hotel. I'm standing. It's a still memory. Nothing's moving. I'm standing at the front desk at the hotel, and there's a look on my face of absolute love. I am filled with, I look like I am, so in love with whatever I'm looking at, the biggest crush ever, oh my God, what is that look on your face? And as I'm looking at my face, I can feel what I feel on my face. I can feel this, right? And so a quick glimpse, I look to see what I'm looking at. And it's Bobby walking up the hallway towards me. And that's it. That's the only memory I get of this man. And I come out and I'm crying. I've never felt these feelings. What is this? That was the most beautiful feeling I ever seen on my face, in my body, ever. And out of excitement, I called him. And I tell him, I think I know what's wrong with me. I found a memory, and I was in love with you. And I don't know where it goes, but I'm going to try to figure this out. And that was it. And I started to go on my healing journey. I didn't understand what that could have possibly meant to him after all these years. But then I started to figure it out. And my mind wouldn't tell me. It would not tell me anything about him. It took years. And even now, he has to tell me. Why won't it tell me? Because I didn't want to remember him. It tried to protect me because I got hurt by him. He rejected me all those years ago. That feeling I had for him was real. But when I tried to give it to him, he rejected me. So realistically, even though I thought I woke up in love, that was the beginning of my pain. I woke up in pain, but it felt like love. I didn't understand it. Every time I tried to get close to him, my personalities would go crazy. So I'm talking to him. He's like, I'd like to see you. And I start crying. He can't hear this. We're just typing. And I start crying. All these things are going on inside of me. And it's like, I'm telling him, I'd really like to see you too. But I can feel all this. And I'm telling him what I feel. But a part of me feels like that would be really bad. Because you're married now. And another part of me is really scared. But another part of me can't wait to see you. And I'm filled with all of this. And he's like, I really remember, or I think about the times all the time. I was like, what times? It's like the times we hooked up. And so I try to reach for this memory that he says, and I can't see them. And I literally just can't see him. And I say it plainly, but it's real. I can't see it. It's like, I don't remember. And then at that moment, I'm like, okay, hold on. If I can't, and I try to remember my husband before him, and I can't remember him. Then I remember my kids, my teenage husband. I can't remember him. And then I was like, what about my kids? My mom? Where is everybody? And it just happened so fast. I realized I have no memories. And I just start digging, right? So that's the first conversation. And then I come back to him a week later, and I tell him I found this memory, that I was in love with him. And I try to work through them, but I can't get them. It won't let me until it shows me finally what happened in Glenwood. You know what I mean? And it's a hard process to get them. They come out of nowhere. And it's like, they're pain. They're things that my brain was programmed to put away from me so it wouldn't hurt me, because it hurt too much. So now I have to hurt too much to figure it out. And they just come from anywhere, and I can't force them, but this is how it works. And if I don't find out who I was, then I can't be who I want to be, because there's these weird things inside of me that are holding me back, which is basically me if you think about it. I'm holding myself back, but I don't even know what's holding me back. For example, when I come back to Colorado, I finally reach out to Bobby, and he's telling me, I just want to be your friend. We shouldn't hook up. We shouldn't talk like that. We shouldn't, I'm not that person. We're not going to do that. All of a sudden, something comes out of me, and I start crying, and I feel rejected because he doesn't want to sleep with me anymore. And I didn't even want that. I'm telling him this whole time, I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want that. Why don't I want that? Because of what happened last time. But ultimately, and something just fell as I said that, I did want to be close to you, but I didn't want the pain of it. So I'm telling you I don't want that part of you. I just want you. But I'm lying. And then it comes out. You say, okay, you don't want this part. I'm not going to give you this part. And then I throw this fit, unbeknownst to me and him at the time, that I did want that part of you. And that's where it's like, you don't know what you want. I don't know who I am. Fuck, you don't know how you feel? No. That's what he said. Don't you think you should know how you're going to feel about this? No, I don't. I don't know how I felt about, and that's what I asked him. How do you feel after you sleep with me? You've done it enough times. You should know how it feels. I don't know what any of this feels like. I've never felt this way before. So then I sit down in front of him. We have a coffee. And I have all these feelings, and I don't know what they are. I don't know where they're coming from. I've never even felt this way before in my life. And that goes back to, I could look at my daughter, and we're in Oklahoma, and she's telling me with full certainty that I've eaten this fucking whipped cream before and that I loved it. I'm like, I've never tried this before in my life. It's the most delicious thing I've ever had in my life. And so I look at this man and I tell him, I don't know you, but I love you, and I have no idea, and I have all these feelings, and I don't know. And he can't believe it. Nobody can believe it, dude. There's nothing in there. And the only things that come up are painful. So I have to be grateful to have a memory. It's a new memory. And I can transmute it into something new. But it is also, it's my life's work. I'll have to do this for the rest of my life. Not just for me, though. God made my life this way so that I could always have work, so I could always heal people, heal myself and heal others. He made sure that as the goddess of hell, I knew every level of hell so that I could heal every level of it inside of me and outside of me. I have experienced every level of hell that a human experiences here. All in this life. But I didn't turn into something evil like others did, or as you think they did. Even the right thing cannot attain fruition at the wrong time. Trust her and be shown again and again that her divinity orchestrates workings of time. Serve you faithfully and with love and grace. And that's it, time. Time only exists here because we're in a present moment. But if you're not catching the present, then you're not catching the experience. Because outside of the human experience, time doesn't exist. Maybe that's just me and my infinite being. Maybe other beings are limited to some source of time, but it's not existent. Only when we're in this moment does this moment exist. But outside of the body, you can be at any moment of any place in time. Within a moment's time, because time isn't real. How can I explain that? You base the time of the day because of the sun in the sky and how the moon's moving. That's not what it looks like out there. The only humans are here on planet Earth. time is only here, and your time is based on how the sun moves and the moon moves. So based on, I can look right now, just looking, it's 4 to 5 o'clock. It's approaching 4 o'clock. I can tell because of where the sun is in the sky. But if we were outside of this planet and it's all dark, and we're just looking over to the sun, which is at the left, and it's always at the left no matter what day we're at, then there's no time. And if it's only right there, and you can blink your eye there, there's no space between you and the sun. Again, you wouldn't get that close to the sun for all obvious reasons. But it's like you see the sun as far away, but you're the third planet to it. So you're like one of the closest planets to the sun. In the sense of how close do you want to be? So time and space is only here because you're in this bubbled space. But it's not relevant anywhere else. So you're always waiting like, when's the right time? Now? Now? Like, that goes back to what's a breakfast food? Are you on do you feel like breakfast in the morning? Or are you as hungry as nighttime? Because realistically, it might say that it's 9 a.m. right now, but your body could be on a 10 p.m. fucking schedule that didn't eat all day, in Europe. You know what I mean? What's time? You know what I mean? I pick up people all the time. I pick up people from the airport that are on Eastern time. They always come in. I'm on Eastern time. Not anymore, motherfucker. It's 7 o'clock here. You changed time. You moved with time. You moved through time. Meaning you don't stick to that schedule here. No, I want to stick to that schedule because I'm going back to that time. Okay. How about you stay in the present here? Are you really going to go to bed at that time here? I know you feel tired now, but it's only 8 o'clock here. It's not 10 o'clock here. That means you have more time. You went back in time to have more time. Not to give up more time. To stay in the time you were. And that's what I mean. It's like, what time are you on? Devil time is what I heard. Trust her to be shown again and again that her divinity orchestrates the workings of time, serve you faithfully with love and grace. Kali's outstretched tongue and open mouth signifies her fierce form of devouring divine warrior goddess. Time emerges from Kali, and that's it. That's why I can speak of such things, because I'm the goddess of such things. Time emerges from Kali and ends with her. They want me to speak, but let me just read for a minute. To birth the new, she devours the old. Persistence of clinging on to what has been, the attachment to our past pain and fear of unknown future are no match for her genius and unwavering will to clear a way to provide the best conditions for the next chapter to unfold. And that's it. I know what you need. I know what you need. And that's it. Okay, so if you didn't know the goddess Kali, then if you didn't know and I didn't tell you I was Kali, you could recognize the Kali in me. If you just only studied Kali, I will push you. I will push it out of you with love and fire. I will push this out of you. You know what I mean? I will push you to the brink of your destruction only so you can be born again. My Kali form is one of my most glorious forms. Because although as fierce and dangerous and deadly as God allowed me, in essence more powerful than any of my dark forms. Because it was a directed power with a directed force with limitlessness. I was limited to my understanding of my powers in each of my previous lives. But that was not the case with this life. I had full power, full reign, and full understanding of what I was here to do as, you know what I mean, as the entity. I was created as an entity of such things. I wasn't, in the Kali form, I wasn't called to be nothing more than Kali. Enough, you know what I mean, the whole universe of just that side of destruction. But all of my destruction was all but love. Only love. Only love. You could literally bring me your enemies and I would devour them for you. Like a fucking, you know what I mean? That's what, you would bring them to me. These people are harming us. Give them to me. I'll eat them up. I'll take care of them for you. I would do your evil deeds for you. In the name of God, I would protect you. I would do it. Anything. Ask of me. I'll do it for you. For your the children. I could go beyond lines, beyond it. I mean, I could fight all evil, for I was all evil. But all out of love. Beautiful. One of my most beautiful incarnations. There are cosmic cycles with which a person's cycles in our lives must align. There are karmic time frames. You know, you see my Kuan Yin. It's beautiful to be nothing but kind and sweet and loving and pure. But as the goddess of darkness, and I know the reverence that comes in my space when I go into the heavens, to be able to harness all of the universe's darkness is a power that only God gave to me. There were many of the darkness that ruled over the darkness, but there was only I that could harness the whole darkness. And he put that in all of me until I could. And then I was able to use it for mankind. And that's it. It's like you don't know what lies inside of me because it's not here for you. And that's going back to the Kali. Kali came out of the third eye to protect, could fight the things that could not be fought. There are karmic time frames that govern soul contracts and relationships, the timing of life circumstances and the change of fortune, the opening of pathways for us. Using our free will, we can enhance the flow of healing and do all we can to ready ourselves to step forward at the appropriate moment. What's happening? Shedding skin. We've got a new moon. There's a new portal. We do this on Friday because there's an opening to do such things. You're in a Venus. You're in your heart. What's in your heart? Let's get the darkness out. The heart is shining. Let's get the darkness. And that's what I said. They'll get you to the highest level of light to take you into the darkness, only to fill it up with the light that's already there. Yet it is the Divine Mother in her infinite wisdom and regenerative power that knows and enacts the perfect transition at the best time. Hold on, I didn't check any of that. Labor works. W-2 forms. Oh, cool. I'm starting to get tax forms. I'll probably have to pay taxes. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe not. There's another one. Are they all sending them out? They're all on the same. You know what? They probably all use the same platforms. Probably do. Everybody does. I should call and fix all that. Interesting. Okay. That was cool, I guess. Moving on. Wisdom, regenerative power that enacts a perfect transition at the best time. She orchestrates the shifting of an individual and collective cycles to be in harmony with each other, so every being gains spiritual benefit through what unfolds. The oracle of Yaga Shakti confirms that you are going to experience considerable changes. That's what Uranus said. Uranus. The timing of this unfoldment is significant. There are many factors at play. You will sense when the correct moment is upon you. During this time, globally, the light of the spiritual knowledge is partially subsumed within the darkness of ignorance and confusion. Even those with the awareness have a positive intention can become confused and place profit above integrity, attack brothers and sisters on earth, or lay claim to knowledge on false foundations. Even when our intentions are noble, in effect, our actions can create further suffering. This was in my card earlier. It was talking about that. It's like, why do people become deviants, out of desperation? Why do they use dark magic? Why do they do that, out of control? Because they're avoiding such things. They're avoiding suffering, and only to cause more. Such conflict and confusion are signs that Asuric or negative forces have gained the upper hand. Kali Ma's darkness and ferocity are required to redress the spiritual imbalance. We are in partial need of her most terrifying manifestations when we become confused as to what belongs to the highest sacred truth and what does not. And that's it. The most terrifying manifestations of God is what he allowed me to be. Did the devil create the goddess Kali? Is that what you could possibly put your words? Is that how you would try to, use your little mind and your little teachings about something new that you don't understand? You try to apply your rules to this whole religion? And that's going back to Shiva, the Lord of Destruction, my counterpart. The devil created us? Or were we not created for the people? All right, let's go back to your Antichrist here. Let's go back to our current president-elect, who's about to sit in his throne. Is he the devil? He's doing the work of the devil? Is he your savior? Or is he just a man in power that God has elected? Or did the people elect him? He was placed in power by the people. For the people. Which people? I don't know. Do we really want to know who voted for that guy? We respect the people. And that goes back to those of us that voted for Obama. You don't have to like it. You just have to respect it. It's my opinion. It was my vote. Same thing. Same thing. I don't have to like who you voted for. I just got to respect it. We didn't win. Nobody wins with this. You know what I mean? Not to say one president's than another. We just get to take our turns on who leads. That's it. All we can do is hope for a good leader. But ultimately, going back to it, it's like the terrifying manifestations of this man. Is the devil upon us? Nah, bro. God's got us. He's gonna, you know what I mean? Every man is limited to how much he can reign. That doesn't look like rain. Unique to the iconography of Kali in the Hindu tradition from which she emerges, she is her poked out tongue. Kali's tongue represents her wild mystery teachings. The tongue is the organ of discernment, digestion and speech. It assists us in taking the right things in and expressing ourselves as we choose. Bro, I'm about to take in a whole family pack of devil's stuffed Oreos, bro, straight to the face right now. Like, that's all I'm thinking about right now is like, I need some cookies and milk. I need the cookies and shit. For real. Our mother tongue means the language of our birth. Kali is the cosmic mother tongue. She is the original spiritual language of our hearts and souls. Hers is the language of spirit and light and of truth beneath the form, and the reassurance that although we must submit to the shifting of greater cycles, those cycles ultimately move for our greatest spiritual benefit. When Kali unfurls her tongue with ferocious expression, she is embarking upon spiritual deliverance, and this is the action that precedes her bringing about the end of a diabolical era of greed, fear, confusion, hatred, self-righteousness, and negativity. Well, I pray that this energy is, upon all. I know it's inside of me, but I hope it's inside of every being. The tongue of Kali is a reminder that no matter what we may see unfolding before us, there is always a pathway back to the heroic and beautiful. If you've been struggling to let go of a negative legacy, perhaps one that extends back through generations or has infiltrated a group you belong to, I don't know, are we talking about my fucked up family? This oracle signifies that a radical divine intervention shall take place. Or maybe we're talking about your fucked up family and all your dark practices. Call upon her for such assistance now. Now that an era of darkness is going to end, unexpected and suddenly, ooh, that was scary, a new spiritual dawn shall arise. An entirely new era is due to unfold. Keep close to Ma. She shall ensure it is brought into... Open the door.
The police are here.
Where?
They're in the building talking to a whole bunch of parents. We asked what happened. They said someone was fighting other people.
People are fighting?
And that awful smell. There's a lady cleaning out her room, and it smells really bad, like poop.
Ew, close the door. Thanks for the update. Stay inside while the police are out there.
No, they're in
She shall ensure it is brought into being in the best way at the best time. Well, here's an invocation. That was wild. Say the following prayer of invocation out loud. Beloved Kali Ma, Yaga Shakti, creatrix and mother of every cycle of time, from the birth and death of world, ages, and universe, to the chapter that opens and closes in my life. Your wild grace opens my heart, as your child is in need. I implore you, I'm seeing this. Okay, hold on. Sorry. I'm seeing astronauts. Astronauts don't know what time it is. They don't know what time it is. There's no time out there. It's whatever time you say it is out there. You say it's bedtime. You say it's breakfast time. You go by your feelings. Or you could put a clock up and follow the time that's going on Earth, but you're no longer on Earth. You're trying to live in a false reality. They're trying to keep a schedule.
All they do is count the days, not the
Yeah,
the years,
that's
not
what
the
I was
time.
seeing in the middle of this. Is we were talking about time. They don't know what time it is. Like, literally. They don't know what time it is because of where they are. That's what I mean. Time is only here. And you can put that time anywhere else. You can say how much time it took them to get there. But that's not true. That's just according to your time. It's not by time. You know what I mean? In the sense of, example, how long does it take to get from downtown Denver to the airport? 2 cigarettes. That's my concept of time. Back to back? No. You smoke a cigarette, and then you hit some weed, and then you smoke another cigarette, and then ta-da, you're there. So how long is that? Now you're going to tell me how long it takes to smoke a cigarette? How many licks does it take to lick a lollipop? Lick it like a lollipop. I don't know. Come here. Let me see. La, la, la. Just kidding. Are you tired of blowjobs? Shut up, Marshall. This isn't helpful. I mean, you're always helpful. Going back to it, time is not real. How old are you? I mean, your skin has been here for how many years? Is what you say is your age. Do you act as old as your skin has been here? I'm much older than my skin. But I'm much younger than my skin. Because it's not real. Do you understand? Does this make sense to anybody? Is anybody catching this? It's like, I gotta get this done by Friday. What happens on Friday? As soon as you get it done, what happens? You get another task. At the very end of this, you're gonna start something new. You have to get this done so you can start something new. I can't do the dishes until you know what I mean? I can't make dinner until I do the dishes. But once I make dinner, there's more dishes. So then I clean the dishes only to make breakfast. But then you know what I mean? Okay, let's go back to laundry. I'm not going to do laundry until I change my clothes and then I can wash all the clothes. Okay, now you've washed all your clothes. But now when you go to put on new clothes, now you have dirty clothes. It's a continuation of everything. There's no such thing as an ending. Meaning your relationships, your jobs, whatever you stop is only starting something new. Something new will happen. If you stop something now, you're going to start something else with your time. Because you don't stay in the present moment of anything. That's the everlasting change. So going back to, he said that to me. He's like, that's how you feel now. But one thing I know about you is your feelings change. They do. Because I choose to change my feelings. I don't stay in one fucking feeling and one thought. That's, we work through the feelings, the thoughts, the changes of time. Damn, that was a hard knock.
Russ is trying to fight some dude.
Russ is trying to fight right now?
He said some dude was a speaker and he came to the door about bitches.
Hold on a second, guys.
He just took his shirt off.
Keep the dog in.
He said, don't get shot. Don't get shot. That's his life. He took his shirt off. He said, hey. He said, hey.
Hey, dude, don't make me call the police for protection. This is stupid. Stop. They're already here? Guys, go into your rooms, because people are out of control. Okay, right here is safe, but nowhere else. Don't you go walking through here. What's your name? Michael? Archangel Michael? You don't know who Archangel Michael is? I'm going to teach you. You don't know who Archangel Michael is? That's God's most powerful angel. Swings a sword. Oh man, I gotta teach them about the angels. Oh shit. She's like, they're fighting. There's a guy out there in his hoodie standing next to the car that they said, and oh my god, Becky, no wonder God didn't want me to go out. If this is the energy that's in the parking lot, what's the energy that's in the streets? Do you think that it's only limited to here? What's the energy in your streets on a Friday night? On this Friday night, on 11/7. All right, going back to time. Yeah, I'm the mother of time, but realistically, you're like, I should have this done by this time. It's done when it's done. And that goes back to, you know, I didn't see it that way, but it's funny because that's what I got out of Wolfman's video. It's like, this person wants to be a grandparent with you. I was like, maybe that would work. Maybe, you know, asking you don't feel right to say that at your age, being someone's father, but being someone's grandfather. Realistically, I have 2 grown children too. At any moment, one of them could make me a grandparent. And then whoever I'm with, hey, you're about to be a granddad. How's that going to affect you? And then that goes back to Russ. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. You want to be a granddad, a dad, a stepdad? What part of this dad? You just want me to call you daddy? That's not going to work. I want you to be the daddy. See, I know. And I apologize. I'm sorry I put all that on you. I really just wanted that, and I thought you could be that, and I'm sorry I put all that on you. I just put it all over you. And then I realized that you couldn't be that, and then I was mean to you about not even giving you a chance. So now you're like trying to be, you know, granddad, daddy, sugar daddy, daddy Yankee. I love you, Russ. I did it to Allie. I did it to everybody. I did it to this guy. It's like, hey, you want to help me have God's kids and all this good stuff? Hey, and possibly be a granddad? It could happen. I'll be a grandma one day. One of my kids will have kids. Somebody. Hopefully, you know, I don't even know when that'll be. That'll be a weird. What if I'm a grandma and a mom at the same time? Weird. I mean, I pretty much am, as the Callie. I'll still be looking good in my 20s. Hey, speaking of which, I'm looking great. Let's go back to your fabrication of time. Should have been done by now. When's now? Like right now. It's my money. I want it now. Are you ready for it right now? I don't know. I'm not ready. That's what Bobby said. You want to have a child in your situation? No, but look how fast my situation been. I've been all laid up in a fucking hotel for like since the last time I saw you. Should have been laid up in the hotel. Just kidding. I wouldn't bring you to my hotel. I'd take you to my car though. Oh God, that was hilarious. Oh God, that was a good joke. I love it. It's great. And that's it. It's like, I can't talk. I mean, these were hard conversations to have. Now it's just a joke because it doesn't hurt no more. You can't hurt me. I'll hurt you. Hopefully not. All right, going back to let's pray to me and all this crazy shit. All right, Kalima, creatrix and birth mother of the cycle of time, from birth and death of worlds of ages and universe to the chapter that opens and closes in our lives. Your wild grace opens our hearts. As your child in need, we implore you to bless us, keep us close, and ensure all transitions are secure from your wisdom and grace, for the spiritual benefits of all beings. Hi, Ma Kali. Imagine, feel, intend. That poor kid, he didn't know Archangel Michael. That means he doesn't know God. I'm going to teach him an angel form. Imagine, feel, intend, or visualize a fierce ocean of blood boiling and bubbling away deep in the center of the universe. Ew. It is the wild and powerful and filled with the life force. Old cords of connections. We lost our connection when I said they casted Lilith into the Red Sea. That was funny. Old cords, connections, outmoded thoughts, ideas, and plans can be casted into this boiling red ocean. All offerings transform into smoky black ash, rising up from the fierce ocean, transformed. The ash is sacred and instinctively and lightly settles wherever it needs, providing Kali's blessing of protection. You may see, sense, or feel the ash setting upon the earth, upon the foreheads of beings, and the many places in all dimensions. Directions, I'm seeing Ash Wednesday. dimensions and directions and that's why I said Wednesday. That's weird. Directions in need. You do not direct the movement of her blessings. You simply witness it with reverence and trust. Complete your process with your hands in prayers, bowing your head. You have completed your sacred process. I got so many downloads. Okay, first I saw that fire again that I saw earlier. Something was ablaze. And I was looking at the smoke, and what my spirit said is, the smoke is deadly. I was like, well, what's on fire? What is burning that is deadly? And that's what I got, right? When I saw this fire earlier. So then as I'm seeing this, I'm seeing it, the smoke, and it says, the ash is sacred. It instinctively and lightly settles wherever it needs. That fire was in Commerce City, not far from where I used to live. Providing Kali's blessings of protection. You may see, sense, or feel the ashes setting upon the earth. And that's it. I seen it. I sensed it. I felt that it was not good ash. And I saw that it was over near Commerce City, and I had this feeling. That's what my spirit said. I said, what is it? I said, it's not good. And basically, if I'm looking at it in our lives, they're burning up shit in our lives, and the fumes that are going to come out are no good, is what they're trying to show me. And then, again, that saying, from the ashes we will rise. It's like you can't control where this ash is going to fall. And realistically, going back to California, that's another huge problem upon itself. It's like, yeah, you're going to get, you can get sick from breathing in the smoke, but breathing in all that ash, that's what's in the atmosphere right now where they can't breathe. You know what I mean? That's what's turning, that's what's turning the color of the sun and the air quality and all of that shit is the ash. It's not, the fires are pretty bad, but all the shit it burns up, you're breathing it. I guess that's what they're trying to show me is the aftermath is the shit of you guys breathing that shit in. Yeah, 1 billion houses burnt, but they weren't just wood. All kinds of plastic, all kinds of metal, all kinds of what? All kinds of what was in those houses that burnt, and you guys just sat there breathing it. You've been breathing it. All of these people just breathing it. How many people have you seen with a mask on while they're sitting in this? And that's it, a dead body. That shit smells. You don't want to sit here and smell this as I'm burning this. Even, you know what I mean? Even when I burn fire logs, if it's not flaming and all that smoke is going in your face, there's no fun to be around a fucking fire if it's just smoke. So they're showing me something here. They're showing me quite a few things in this settling. But it's like, the ashes will settle from all of this that's on fire right now, which is basically my whole life and everything else. I don't know. Everybody else's life is on fire in the sense of where is our stability? Where is our home? Where is our knowing? Where is our comfortability? Where is normality? We've lost all bearings. Most of us. What we deemed as normal is now long gone. It's like it's not COVID, but it's just as chaotic. We don't know what's normal anymore. What is happening? What is happening? Reality is so strange and distorted. It's like the Matrix has glitched so bad that none of us know. Like we're just in weird levels of Roblox. Every time you turn on the channel, it's like, is this real? Is that really happening? Is that really happening? Is that really the weather? Is he really our president? They're really taking away TikTok? P. Diddy did what? Who did what? What? And it's just flashes of, oh my God. In the sense of, it's truth. But in the truth, you're seeing all these lies. Like, I'm so confused. I don't even know what's happening. What day is it? What was I doing? And that's what that means. It's like, everything's on fire right now. And we're just like, completely, you can't build from this. It's not even out yet. We don't even know what it is. We're breathing this shit all in our face. Like God is just, we don't even know what's happening. And that's why it's saying time. Just give it some time. And I said that too. Let him work. Who knows what he's doing? When the time is best is what I'm hearing. And that's it too. It's like, I haven't had the drive to get up and drive. I have a full tank of gas. My car is completely cleaned. But it's not time. They'll tell me when it's time. And that's it. It's like, you had all this time. It wasn't the right time. Timing is something that you don't fully understand. You can say that it cooks 4 hours and 12 minutes to, cook a fucking turkey that weighs, 36 pounds, according to your calculations. But that doesn't mean it's the perfect fit for that, you know what I mean, for the perfect taste. It just means it's going to be cooked. It could be overcooked if you give it too much time. And it could be undercooked, meaning it's going to be pink and raw, and you're going to have to throw away the whole turkey. If you cut open a fucking chicken, any kind of bird, and it's still pink, it's done. You've already fucked up. If you put it back in there, it's going to get crispy on, you've already, you know what I mean? It's like rice. It's done. You've already fucked it up. You know what I mean? It's either done right or it's not done. And that's like biscuits and gravy. There's lots of things. It's got to, you know, it's not according to the perfect specification, but it, you know, when the time is right. You know what I mean? Is what I got out of that. I don't know. What do we got? That's confusing. They're getting too deep. I'm so deep in this bullshit. All I really want is some Oreos. Actually, now I'm hungry for a meal and then some Oreos. Do we have any more cards? We're like an hour into this video. The police are outside. People are trying to kill each other. Probably somebody with some fentanyl. It's all kinds of shit. I live in the real world. How about you? One more card for the road. Let's get some priesthood shit. Some priestess hoods. Get the priestesses in the hood. Oh, never mind. We're bringing in more masculines. The masculine. Which masculine? I'm just sitting here like, the very thing you don't want is the very thing you want. It's like, I don't want to deal with you. And then in essence, I just want you to come in and make it better. Don't make it worse. Just come. Come to me. I really love you. I just don't really want any more work. And that's what keeps you away too, is I don't want to burden her. But God is a burden. It's not you. It's not like I can't handle you. I just act like I can't handle anymore. Because I don't want to handle anymore. But I got a handle on this. I went to the hedge. That's me. I'm in the whole hedge. Masculine. I'm tired, to be honest. I'm very tired. That's where I get. My soul's tired. I've wore out my soul. I feel this feeling. I've had it before where I cry out to God, my soul's tired now. I can't. I need a break. It doesn't matter. I'm tired now, God. You've taken me too far. I feel that feeling. When I said I was tired, it wasn't my body. It's my soul now. It's like, I can't take much more, God. You're going to have to put me to sleep. I can't do this. It happened. You just, like, I've been through too much. It happened in Yuma. God, you took me through too much on that one, bro. I've been through a lot. I keep going through it. And that's it. It's like, you don't have a limit. You just have to, when you hit the limit, you have to take a minute. On page 66. Someone with a positive, strong, masculine energy will influence or assist you. I pray for you. I mean, I'm not trying to make you stressed out like you're a problem. You're not a problem. I don't really have any problems. I just feel weak in my skin sometimes. On specific days, bro. Realistically. It's not like, you know, it's just real. Balance the masculine and feminine aspects of your own personality. Even if you can overpower someone physically, remember that the greatest strength is shown through mercy and gentleness. Seek equality. I'll overpower you.
They called the cops. Apparently, the guy was banging on the door saying that his girlfriend was in there.
Okay.
And he wouldn't leave, but the girl wasn't in there. And now he's getting people's cars.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is he down by mine?
He's at that red car talking to some lady. I know.
Oh my God! No
And then,
wonder God said not to go outside.
And then they told Russ and Cass told us to go because they're gonna get questioned if they see us, the cops.
Yeah, they'll see. What did you see? See, but it's better to have. That's what's funny. It's like, are you supposed to take justice into your own hands? And that's what they said. They were threatening with guns and shit. It's like, am I supposed to fight you, or am I supposed to call someone else to put you in line? Like, you're getting super out of line, bro. I told you your bitch wasn't at my door. I got kids in here. Get the fuck away from my door. You're causing heat to my door.
Yeah, I said hi to them.
And that's it. It's like, am I gonna, you know what I mean? Am I gonna bring the police to this house because I'm gonna put hands on you, or should I just call the police and tell them to put their hands on you?
Yeah,
you're fucked if you do, or you're fucked if you don't. When you're fucking around like this, guys. You know what I mean? People used to get really mad because I was a cop calling bitch. But it's like, if I don't call the cops, I'm gonna end up in jail. If they don't take you, they're gonna take me. Those are my options. Those are my options, bitch. And I can't go to jail. Ain't nobody taking my kids. And that's really what it is. Who knows what it is, but it's like you have to make these choices. You have to put down your pride and be like, did you call the police? I had to, bro. I had to. I got my kids in here. What the fuck was I going to do? Get hands on them? What if this fight fell into my house? What if they started swinging on me and accidentally hit my baby or something? You know what I mean? And that's it, is you don't know. You think that you can and that goes back to this right here. It's like, it says, even if you can overpower someone physically, remember that the greatest strength shown through mercy and gentleness. Seek equality. And that's it. It's like, I could take you, but then I'm gonna end up taking myself down in this. Sometimes, bro, you do have to protect yourself. But in most cases, that's not the case, bro. Because even if you hit them, it's not going to hurt them, and it's not going to stop this. A lot of times you use force to stop something. If I hit... No, it's not on mine.
Oh,
damn it, I just turned it on now. Hold on. If I do this to you, you'll stop, right? Now it's fucking around. Milia, why did I do this? Hold on, guys. I'm trying to turn this off. Okay, there we go. You know what I mean? So it's like, how do I make you stop? We're limited to how we can make you stop. And then there's those that have no limitation. Like, you know, what would you do? If there's some fucking person knocking on your door and you've done told them 7 times that nobody's in there and they don't believe you. Are you going to go out and get crazy with a crazy person? Or are you going to tell someone there's a crazy... You know what I mean? I know. Sometimes. All right. The bee to the flower, the sun to the moon, the hunter, the protector, the spear, arrow, harpoon. The half of the seed, mercy although powerful, strength through the gentleness, love so masterful. In its ideal form, the divine masculine is protective, loving, compassionate, and gentle. Before the rise of the monastic religion, the gods worked side by side with the feminine divine and did not oppress her. In the Gospel of Aradia, the masculine divine is a bringer of light. He is the horned god, an equal companion, a creator that contributes 1/2 of all that is. I feel like I'm the masculine all the time in these stories. And they did that on purpose so that you could see past the skin. Think about it. My divine feminine, Marshall, is hurting. He's in his pains and sufferings, so I come as the light and I take his pain. Protecting, loving, compassionate, and gentle. Right? Allie, Lewis, all of them. I know they're men. They're mighty, beautiful men that have strong masculine placements. But their masculine is I'm trying to explain this. It's not like it's no match to my masculine. It's that it's not supposed to. Their feminine is supposed to match my masculine. Why? Because we need men in their divine feminine. They need a divine masculine to show them that it's safe to be in their divine feminine. But they don't have men in their lives. There was never men created like this. There was one. There was a couple. I'm just seeing our ascending masters. You know what I mean? They were men by the body. But they were divine feminine. And that's what I can say about Kobe. And that's what I can say about Pac. And that's what we can say about Michael Jackson. That was a man. But that was a divine feminine energy outside of him. So was Pac. That was a man. He was very much a protective, loving, compassionate, and gentle. But he worked through his divine feminine, his feelings, his intuition, his subconscious. And that was Kobe. He was very manly. But that's not the energy. And that's Marshall. Marshall he's a divine feminine inside of this very hard man capsule. That's Bobby. That's Russ. If they weren't, I wouldn't love them. If they weren't beautiful hearts inside of these men, I wouldn't love them. And when all they try to do is be men, I don't love them. I don't like them. I love their hearts. In the Gospel of Aradia, the masculine divine is the bringer of light. He is the horned god, an equal companion, and a creator that contributes one half of all that is. In that time of Aradia, the negative aspect of the masculine were being played out very strongly. Power over rather than power together. Strength without mercy. Inflexibility and the exercising of extreme physical power, which resulted in torture and death for many. And that goes way back. A woman was a man's property, and he could do as he wished to that woman. That was his woman. You didn't speak on what he did with his women, what they did with their women. That was his women. And that's it. That's none of your business. Mind your business, woman. And that's it. Do you know what my friend said? Do you know how he treats her? Mind your business. And that's it. Because they look at it as that's his property. He could do what he wants with her. That's his. They were property. With the advent of a patriarchal monastic religion overcoming a more gender-balanced polytheistic spiritual pathway, there was little room for women in society and little room for them in mythos or worship. There were no role models other than the chastised Virgin Mother, and there were often served consequences for stepping outside of that role. And that's it. A woman didn't have a role outside of her man. You were his helpmate. You did not speak outside of your man. You did not, you know what I mean? And if you did, they'd question your man. Why does she speak? Forgive her. Forgive her insolence. Forgive her ignorance. And he would beat you for speaking, for making him look bad. You weren't supposed to be spoken. You weren't supposed to be seen or heard or anything. You were nothing more than his property. The very positive aspect of a masculine divine, such as being protective and physically strong, were often twisted, resulting in a kind of female ownership and domination. A pagan pathway always had a strong bias towards equality and the veneration of co-creation of a masculine with the feminine. The masculine divine, in its most I'm seeing Marshall, but past life Marshalls. The masculine divine in its most positive form was the provider, balancer, protector, and bringer of vitality, power, and heat. Okay, so going back to us in past lives. As, you know, Shiva and Kali. He is his own Lord of Destruction, and he reigns destruction over his own place in time and space. He has a great job to do, and his job is in a certain area where our jobs are very different. But we're both equally powerful and equally called to do such works. I am the goddess of destruction, not because I am his goddess, but because God made me as a goddess of destruction in a different area. The same as him, but all loving, because I am the divine feminine to it. Shiva is just this. The same thing, the provider, the balancer, the protector, and the destroyer. We are equal. Now, going back to Odin and Volva. I am all-seeing, and he is all-knowing. It was an equal. Okay, going back to Zeus. You reigned over this part of heaven, I reign over this part of heaven. We reign separately but together, but not in the same courts. If that makes sense. Does that make sense? We have individual lives, but in our individuality, in our individual power, that's what makes us a power couple. Not because I give my power to you and I've given up my power to be with you, or I bring you in to be power, to take power over my people. But that's it. In the sense, you can kind of watch the Thor movies and get an idea of it. Odin has his job. Freya has her job. Each of them have to tend to certain parts of this community, but they are together the leaders of this community. Her job is not more important than his, nor his of hers, and neither meddle in the other, but both are aware of the jobs that both do. he doesn't determine what I'm going to do as my job, and I don't determine what his job is to do. We speak of our work as we do our work, but our time is together has nothing to do with our works. Okay? The masculine was also one that would be willing to sacrifice himself for the greater good if necessary. Together, synergetically blended, the masculine and the feminine energies were magical, unbeatable, and beautiful. That's all it says. Well, I don't know. Maybe we're calling in a masculine. Is that you, Marshall? Could be Marshall. I don't know. He's still with. I don't know if he's still with. Again, I never know. It could be any of them if they ever just stepped up into it. It could be Russ. It's you. It could be Ali. I don't know. Ali, you want to be a grandfather with me? See, and that's it. Triggering. You can only say that to the right guy. Yeah, you say that enough, and that's it. It's like, I could definitely lose a guy saying some shit like that. That was the greatest thing. I'm going to start saying that. That's even more serious. That's a more dedication. I don't want you just to be my baby daddy. I want you to be a grandfather with me. It means forever. Forever, ever. Forever, ever. Ever, ever. That's beautiful. Do you have commitment issues? 131:15. Hut. I don't know. I hurt. I cried. I died. New time. I don't know. I really don't know what this was. There was a lot going on and outside influence, and I need to go out in that parking lot and get in my car and go get some food and some stuff. And she said it's snowing and all kinds of shit's happening, and I'm just like, whoa. I'm going to charge my phone, and we might be just doing readings all night. I mean, seriously, I could read to you all the time. We could learn every part of human psyche and the gods. What did Callie say? She's burning shit out. She's taking shit out that's no longer good. I did see a limitation to soul contracts and shit like that. Ooh, confirmation. What's that? Ugh, lots of stuff is coming in. All of these warnings and emails and shit. What else did we talk about? A divine masculine. Could just be talking about your internal masculine. I don't want you to get excited that some man's going to come and make everything better. Sometimes you have to step up into your manhood and make things better. You have an inner masculine. Again, along with all my psyches, my inner masculine was created for me. I didn't have a man in my life. I'm very intrigued by men. Myself and my children and my dog. We haven't had one in our lives. We don't know how you operate. We don't know how you think. We know how others look and talk and stuff, but that doesn't mean that you have to look at. We don't have a set opinion of what a man is. We have a lot of fucking examples of what these men are trying to do to become men and what they think a man is. So it's not like, that's really just something to think about. It's like, I had to become that man. I had no man in my life. I have to man up. You know what I mean? In that moment, if there's somebody outside of my door, I have to be that man. I've always had to be that for myself. Throughout my life, I had to be my own mother and father. I had to be my own friend. I had to be a lot of things for myself, and that's where my selves were created. An internal family system is what that's called. And that's where I learned to work through my personality disorder, is my internal family systems, the parts of me that, that make up me. And my most dominant part is my manhood. You can say that it's because I grew up in the streets and I learned how to be like one of the boys, but I don't believe so. I always had you know what I mean? There's some people just have it and some don't. And no, everybody has it inside of you, but some are more distorted, some are more active than others. You know what I mean? Like, I make a lot of fucked up jokes about Mike being gay because he's so in his femininity. Does that make him gay? Only to us of the 90s. We all think you're gay. Does that have anything to do with butt sex? Nah, not at all. It's just the femininity that's coming off of you. We called that gay in the 90s. I'm trying to reprogram it. It's not an easy thing for a whole generation of people, a whole planet of people that use this word to describe a person, place, or thing. It's very difficult to change, languages and stuff. I'm working on it. But in the sense of, that might have been, Allie being so supportive of Russ. I'm like, are you gay? You're on his dick? You, love that guy? was that? Over masculine? Me and my over masculinity? What's that look like? Have you ever seen the end of Step Brothers when him and his brother are trying to hug, but it just they can't physically do it because it just doesn't feel right because of their programming. They feel like they're supposed to hurt each other if they get this close to each other. Then I'm seeing Step Brothers. I'm not gonna call that guy Dad. You're 40 years old. I'd never expect you to. I hope not. I'm not calling you Daddy. Don't make me call you Daddy. That's weird. Never had a father my whole life. I'm not calling you Dad. And it comes out and you're like, I knew you had it in you. Shut up. I didn't know it was in me. I don't know what I don't know. Just kidding. Funny stuff like that. You don't know what's inside of you guys. Good, bad, and ugly. Nothing's bad. It's just some stuff that don't feel so good. Did that feel bad? It wasn't a great feeling, but we went through it. It was just another feeling. It's not going to be the worst feeling I had. It wasn't the worst. It felt good when it was over. I understood why it happened. I'm glad that it happened. So there's a gratefulness in the uncomfortability of these feelings, why they're happening. You understand. You tell yourself this is going to be okay. When this is all done, it's going to be better than before. That's when you're going to get a nose job. You're like, oh my God, my face hurts, my face hurts, my face hurts. It's going to be good. It's going to look good after it's all done. And then you fucking come out with Michael Jackson's nose and you're really upset with yourself. I can crack a bottle. That was a good one. I never fucking take jokes at Michael Jackson. Never fuck with that guy. I don't fuck with him. Why? Because he's too kind. Why would you pick on a nice guy like that? I don't know. That was weak. That's some weak shit. Hey, I love you guys. I'll see you when I see you, and it might be later on today or never ever again. Who knows? Later, haters.